Hey budget fam, welcome to the Anonymous Budgeter. If this is your first time here, welcome and thank you for watching this video. And if you are a returning subby, thank you so much for stopping by again. I really do appreciate it. Here on my channel, I am documenting my debt payoff journey towards paying over $160,000 in student loans. I'm also sharing a lot about my personal finance, my personal goals, and my road to financial independence and peace. So if this is something you're interested in, if you're also on a debt payoff journey, please consider subscribing to my channel and turn on your notifications so you don't miss an upload. And let's get into my paycheck number 2 budget for the month of May. All right guys, so we are looking at paycheck number 2 for the month of May. So I get paid on May 17th. And what I'm gonna do is just kind of do a breakdown of my bills, my variable expenses, my debts, sinking funds. I don't typically tend to focus on the sinking funds just because I kind of include them in my variables. And then I will break down any of my cash envelopes into the cash envelope breakdown and then just summarize everything. But how is everyone doing? How are you guys today? Today is May 16th, which is Tuesday, so happy Friday Eve. So I'm definitely one of those people who has to slant their papers. I'm so sorry. The first thing that I'm going to do is we're going to look at our income. So we're going to start with our rollover. I typically don't budget anything for my rollover, but I think for my actual, as of tonight, because I'm filming this like so late in the day, it's gonna be $365.53, but I won't put it. I'll look tomorrow morning just to confirm what my actual will be, and so I'll just confirm what that is when I wake up in the morning. Then we're gonna look at my paycheck, which I always typically just tend to budget $3,000, but I actually know how much I'm getting, and that's going to be $3,382.95, which is a little bit more than what I'm typically used to getting, but definitely not complaining. I don't think I'll have any savings being transferred for this paycheck cycle, but I'm just gonna put it there just in case. And then I'm going to do miscellaneous, which I don't think I'll have any miscellaneous expenses. So as far as my budgeted amount, it's gonna be just $3,000. And then for my actuals, I'm going to leave that. Well, I think I know. I'm just going to put the rollover amount, honestly, because there's really nothing that's going to be coming out of my paycheck. So we can already just kind of budget that. So I'm going to write in pencil the total amount because, like I said, I don't think I'll have any savings coming in. Don't think I'll have any miscellaneous expenses, but I'm gonna write the total in pencil for myself. So it's gonna be $3,748.48. And this is what we are going to be rolling with, okay? So in terms of savings, I always do like an auto savings, which comes out of my main account. And we're going to budget $150. The actual has not come out yet, so we're just gonna leave that on the side. I don't anticipate any miscellaneous savings, so I'm just gonna leave that as 0. And the total for that is going to be $150. Then for bills, what I'm gonna do for these 2 sections is I'm gonna just write down what all the categories are. I guess all the expenses that are gonna be coming out, and then we'll go back and go through like my budgeted amount in all of these categories. Okay guys, so I am back. I went ahead and I just included all my various expenses for all the different categories. I just figured that that would be a little bit easier and take up a little less time. So in regards to my bills, what I have coming out is I have my family, which is like my regular like payment that I make. You'll see when I do like my recap for week 3 for the month of May that I have like a even bigger family expense just because I had like some family emergency, and so you'll see like a bigger amount in that category, but that's not my normal like $100 that I normally take out. Also, because I'm getting paid 3 times for the month of May, I need to ensure that I have my June expenses, at least the expenses that are coming out in the first 2 weeks of the month, because I don't get paid until about June 14th or 15th, and I have to make sure that like my rent is covered, my automatic bill payments and things like that. And so I'm doing half a payment for paycheck number 2, which is going to be $750, and I'm going to transfer that into my savings just so that that cushion is in my savings and I don't accidentally use it if it stays in my checking account. And I also have a second line, which is Mint Mobile, and I think the yearly payment is due this month, which is going to be $180. So I have set that aside, and then I have my HP Inc., which is typically about like somewhere between $7 or $8, but I just rounded up to $9. And so when I do the calculations for all of that, that is going to give me a total of $1,039. And then for my variable expenses, I set aside $300 for my tithes and my giving. I did set aside $150 for groceries. Yeah, groceries has to be like an envelope actually. So groceries is going to be $150, and I do take that in cash. I also set aside $120 for my gas. Gas has been going up in my area, but this past week when I did my calculations, I am under $120, give or take like 10 or 15 bucks. So I'm going to stick with $120. And I do have a full tank of gas. I do work this weekend, so that full tank of gas should last me until I have to go to and from work. I don't tend to drive a lot outside of my regular schedule hours for work, so that should be fine. I also put aside $50 for my Sun Pass just in case that comes out. I have my 52-week savings challenge, so that's $106. So once I put that 106 aside, I don't have to worry about that for the next paycheck, and then I'm good. And then $190 is going to come out for my progressive. My biannual progressive payment did get taken off, and it was about $1,100. But this one is just my cash envelope that I'm stuffing for my progressive for the next payment, I believe is in November. So hopefully once that payment is due, I'll have enough to cover that payment for November. And then I also just allotted $20 for eating out. I know I'm not even supposed to do eating out because I blew the budget because I went out with colleagues, but I'm not gonna fool myself. I'm pretty sure I'm probably wanna grab something on the go. So I just gave myself an extra $20 just in case I wanted to eat out or grab something. Like I've been craving Chipotle and like greasy fries and Chinese food. So probably not the Chinese food, because if I go to get that Chinese food, it's not $20 can't even cover what I want. So yeah, we're just gonna stick with probably Chipotle and like really greasy fries. And so the total for all of that is $936. So I'm back again. I wanted to kind of just do the balances, and so with the $3,000, when I subtracted $150, I was left with $2,850. When I calculated all my bills, the remaining balance from my $2,850 was $1,811. And when I subtracted all my expenses for my variable bills, I was left with $875, and that's what I used to just decide between how much I wanted to put towards my nail net and my extra payment. So you guys know that I always try to have a goal of paying at least $3,000 or $3,500 towards my student loans. I did not do any payment with Paycheck, one, just because I had a lot going on. It was like Mother's Day, I had a relative that had a birthday, I had like a family emergency thing going on, so a lot of that money kind of spilled over into these like miscellaneous expenses. But thankfully, again, it's a 3 paycheck month, but I still want to hit the goal of like putting a little bit extra into my student loans. And because I know that I'm going to be making a little bit more and I do have a rollover, I will be able to put a lot more into that. But I just always like to know once that paycheck hits my account and I can account for what's exactly in my rollover, then I kind of like just feel a little bit more comfortable knowing like, okay, I can definitely put that extra amount in there. I don't know, it's super weird, but I just like really waiting until the actual paycheck day for me to be like, okay, it's in my bank account, it's mine, and I can do whatever I want. So with that being said, I have $450, which is like my minimum that I always try to pay, even though I'm paying extra. And I think this month my balance is like $200. It's under $300. So even if they are going to automatically withdraw like $298 about that, I'm still going to put the extra amount to account for the $450, and then I'll put whatever that extra payment is. And so the total is going to be $875, and that should give me a balance of $0, which should be a zero-based budget. Hope you guys saw that, because I know like the camera is so weird, I can't really see on my screen because I'm using my phone to film. But yeah, but I did like a little mock paycheck budget, which is here with like my actual income and this total right here. So if all goes well, let me put that because this is a cash envelope and I forgot to add my groceries here. Groceries was $150. So it's gonna be $466. So what I did with my little paycheck to kind of like my little mock breakdown that I always do, my little cheat sheet. So I just do my rollover, my paycheck number 2, and then I do my bills. And so with that, if this is accurate and like no random bill gets taken off tonight, midnight, and I do get my deposit, I will be able to put an extra $1,000 into my student loans, towards my student loan payment, besides the $450 minimum that I always do. So I'll be about like $1,450, and then hopefully for my next paycheck number 3, I don't have a lot of bills coming out because I tried to make the first 2 paychecks have all the bills taken out. So what I'm going to focus on paycheck number 3 will be just accounting for the remainder of the money that I need to clear out for the June bills and put that into my savings, as well as my regular, you know, and that will include like my regular gas, groceries, personal expenses, eating out, and all that jazz. And then anything extra, I will be able to throw that towards my student loans. So I'll be really interested in seeing what that amount is. So yeah, but yeah, this is just like a little breakdown that I do for myself, just so I kind of know like what to expect. So yeah, so we'll see what that balance will be, and that's basically it for the paycheck number 2 budget breakdown. Oh wait, actually I'm not done. So basically what I do after that is I have my cash envelope categories, which, as you saw in my little breakdown, was my groceries, which was 120, how much now? Oh, I gave myself, oh yeah, groceries was 150. Then I had my 52 weeks savings. And again, I don't do savings challenges, but my 52-week savings envelope is going to be for my vacation. I plan on going back home to visit my family next year, and I'm gonna use that money to buy the ticket. And good news is I mailed off my renewal for my passport, so hopefully I get it by the end of June. I hope there's like not a backlog, because I didn't really do like a rush on it, because I was like, I don't really have anywhere to go, so should be fine. So when I did the calculation, it should be $466. So I'm just gonna make sure that that is okay. Yep, so it should be $466. Okay, so just to recap everything, so for the cash envelope breakdown, I did my denominations. My totals do add up to $466, and when I did my denomination, that's exactly what I got for my cash envelope totals. So for my budget summary, I budgeted for $3,000. The total expenses were about $1,975. My total savings, which is like an auto saving that just goes directly into my savings account, is $150. Total debt is $875 for my budgeted amount, and then everything balances off. There's no sinking funds. I don't really separate my sinking funds or my cash envelope breakdowns, but if I did, I would account for those. But yeah, and that's basically it. It's a zero-based budget. Like I mentioned, I do know what my actual paycheck is, and I do have a rollover, but I just feel a lot more comfortable just kind of doing it at the actual day when I get paid. And then once I do that and I review the numbers, I'll put the actual numbers in, and as the weeks go by, or every day, I basically check my bank account. So once I do my daily checks, I'll make sure that any expenses coming out, I'll write that down, so I'll account for it in my spending tracker. So once I do like my weekly check-ins or I close out my budget, it's easy for me to like kind of see what I've closed out. So essentially over the weekend, I will try to close my paycheck number 1, and that makes it really easy for me, because when I do the budget or the monthly closeout, I don't have to be like going back and forth, because it really is helpful once I stay on top of it. But of course, life sometimes gets in the way, and so yeah. But that is it for paycheck number 2 budget. A lot less stuff going on compared to like the previous week, because you know, like I mentioned, Mother's Day and all these events and stuff like that. But hopefully May is going pretty good for you guys. But yeah, that's basically it. Hope you guys are doing well. How has your budget been going? So far, I don't even know, because I haven't crunched the numbers yet, so hopefully I'm within budget, but I don't think I am, to be honest. Yeah, I'm probably definitely over budget. Maybe like in personal, I feel like I'm okay, but definitely for eating out and like gifts for like Mother's Day, like the budget is blown. So I don't even know, I don't want to know what it's gonna be when I do the closeout, but we'll see at the end of the week. So yeah, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye guys.